everybody, and welcome to the final episode of season 1 of What's Up, Cuz. I'm your host, Jason Palmer, along with my crazy cousin, the coach himself, Lancey, Irvin, and Cuzzo. It has been 1 year worth of shows, which means for our next show, you will no longer be a rookie in the media.
You know what, cuz? I just want to thank you for bringing out the best in your cousin, having me to feel uncomfortable to be comfortable. Because when we first started, I was like, oh, Lord, don't embarrass yourself. Oh, Lord, make sure you ask the right question, figure it out. And I remember you told me you was just like, it will flow, have a conversation. And, you know, I really use this as therapy, right? It's been good for me learning how to do stuff, learn how to structure questions, learn how to get comfortable talking to guests. I mean, I'm having a great time. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate you putting up with my silliness because at the end of the day, you know, I need to be silly from time to time. Like you got that tight A Chicago Bears shirt on, but that's all right, though. That's all right, though. You done lost a couple of pounds. I see you flexing. You know, I see Sharice smiling at you. Sharice was smiling at you the other day. I'm going to leave that alone, though. I'm not going to touch that because we own the air. I'm going to wait till we get off the air, though.
Man, I'm so sore. I'm so sore right now because I'm doing a new leg workout. I started a new leg workout routine because, you know, I'm playing golf now. So I'm really starting to get into the golf. And so they say if you want to get more power, you got to build up your core strength. You got to, you know, build up your leg. Okay, cool. So I'm doing this new leg routine. It's only 30 minutes. Man, I feel like I've been riding horses. My inner thigh is killing me right now.
You know what, Jay? I kind of love me some golf. Granted, I don't know how to play. I was taking lessons when I lived in Carbondale, right?
Okay.
And for like 3 months in a row, I was out there like every day. I literally got hooked. People was laughing at me. You swinging like this. You're not swinging right. So I hired a golf pro. My man Mike Day. He was great. Matter of fact, Jay, I need to go with you because I got a brand new driver. I'd had it for 6.5 years. Used it one time. 6.5 years. My man, let me tell you something. Arnold Ross gave it to me when I left Carbondale, right? He let me use it. He had just bought the driver, right? So I step up to the tee parlor, bought me these little bootleg clubs, trying to see if I really wanted to play. So I used them. So I hit it with my club, right? My driver, it went about 100 yards. Arnold was making fun of me. Steve Bartle, father, Arnold Ross, my man Herman Williams, who used to coach Charles Barkley when he was at Auburn. All these guys are a little bit older than me. They're a little more seasoned. But, you know, I love the veterans. So they talking about, hit it. Stop hitting it like that. Hit it. So Arnold's like, look, use my driver. It's brand new. Man, Jay, I stepped up to that thing, boy. Got my knees, bent my knees, Jay. I hit that thing so far. Tire! Jay, I hit that thing about 270. You know what? There you go. You know, Tiger got me lifting for golf too. But anyway.
Here's what I'm gonna say about golf. I haven't had any golf coach. I played with one of my former colleagues, Dave Simon. He and I go out and golf once a week, and then I play on my own. I actually learned by just playing. You know, I'm old school. You know how we were. You know, all these specialty camps, people sending their kids down there how to play the sport. I like, man, back in the day, you just went out and played. That's how you learn. I ain't had no specialty coach growing up to play baseball and basketball. I went to the Irvin backyard to play some basketball. You know, you go to the park and play. But now, you know, the kids, everybody got to be all specialized. Man, get out there and play. That's what I deal with golf. I learned how to improve my swing by just swinging the club, saying, whoop, that didn't work. Let me adjust this. And that's what I'm doing.
I wasn't going to go there. Mike Day, just a true story, Jay. He came over and told me, look, coach, you coaching basketball. You got to learn how to play in these scrambles. You got to learn how to hit the ball, son. He's like, meet me tomorrow. He called. I was supposed to meet him at 8. He called me at 7:30. Don't be late. So I went out there, and I'm swinging like I'm swinging at a baseball. I'm swinging that thing like I'm swinging at a baseball. He's like, no, relax. And you know, I'm glad he called me out there, Jay. Yeah. Literally, when you come around,
I'm gonna do that because you do have to relax and you gotta use your wrists. There's more risks involved if you want to get some lift on the ball. So you know, I figured out a few things. I'm getting better. I scored under 100 for the first time, so I was proud of myself. I had a 95. I was like, "Whoa, look at me! I'm still 30 over par, but that's all right."
But let me ask you though, don't you feel good when you out there just playing? Like
it's peaceful, man. It's peaceful, man.
Like Jay, like hey Vernon said, as long as you don't break your hips.
Yeah, that's true, Vernon. I have not injured myself. I give myself credit for that, Vernon. So I love it. I love it. But hey, let's talk about tonight's show. It is the final show of season number 1. It has been 1 year of What's Up, Cuz. And next year, we're going to have clips from some of next year. Next week, we're going to have clips from some of our best interviews from season 1. As Lance and I are on vacation and everybody go out and celebrate the 4th of July safely next week. We're going to have our best of interviews and some of our craziest, funniest moments. So it's going to be a great show next week. And then coming back in 2 weeks, we're going to kick off season 2 with a bang. We are doing our show live. We are doing a live show at a place to be determined, but follow us on Twitter. We're going to make the announcement. Follow us SportsZone Chicago. We'll let you know we're going to be in 2 weeks, but I got a feeling there's going to be a place that has alcoholic beverages, knowing the SportsZone crew. So we got a big show coming up in 2 weeks to start our season 2. We'll have more guests and all that good stuff, but we're wrapping up season 1, and we're going to wrap it up with your brother, Nick Irvin. Nick is coming on in a few minutes. He's going to help us break down the NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the U.S. Olympic trials and gymnastics and track and field and all the drama that's been surrounding that and just everything going on in the world of sport. We got all sorts of stuff coming up. We got jump ball. So I got an official jump ball question, and then I got a second one. So we may have a bonus jump ball question.
What's the official question? I don't even know the official question. I don't know the bonus. I got no sports
it's a surprise. So Ivan will post what the jump ball question is, and we also have a second one, which I also have photos of. So we got jump ball coming up.
Ivan is gonna get crazy. It is. Nick do the jump ball. I'm letting Nick and Ivan do the jump ball.
All right. So I got a script here. So let me file the script. Once again, thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, don't forget, download the SportsZone Chicago app. Download the app today. You can listen to our live shows and past shows via the podcast and video sections. Check out our daily sports blog. Visit us on blackvibes.com/SportsZone Chicago. But we also want you to download that app. You can download the app on Google Play. You can download it from Amazon, and you can download it from
iTunes.
iTunes. Good job, man. See, I told you a year of working. Boy, I tell you, it's flowing like clockwork now.
Hey Jay, you not clowning me. I remember that day you clapped me that day. I was like, oh, what the hell is he talking about? He know that's his job. That's not my job. That's not my job. I was looking like, where's Maya? You know what? Maya needs to be on our 1 year anniversary show. Maya, I haven't seen Maya in months, ages. Maya, if you listening, I'm not scared of you. Bring it on.
I think Maya is going to actually be with us to kick off season 2 for our celebration. So we may have her in a couple of weeks here. But hey, let's get to some topics. All right, how about that? So we'll start out with injuries. What the hell is going on in all the sports world with all these injuries, but especially in baseball, which is a sport that's supposed to have the least amount of injuries, but the White Sox are just half their team is gone. The whole entire outfield plus 2 of the reserves are out. They lost the second baseman for the year. And then yesterday, our guy Jose Abreu, Ivan, he took a 96-mile-an-hour fastball off his knee. They call it a bone bruise, and he's supposed to be out day to day. But when I saw Jose on the ground in just agony yesterday, after getting plunked by a fastball. Now, the guy didn't intentionally do it because the bases were loaded, I think. So he'd actually brought in a run, or he hit him and loaded the base. I know the guy wasn't trying to do it. But a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, intentional or unintentional, on your damn knee is nothing to play. And I was scared to death. I thought the season was over when I saw that man go down.
You know what, Jay? Anytime, like, the pitch is like 60 feet, I can't remember how far the mound is.
60 feet, 6 inches, yeah.
60 feet, Jay. When I'm up there now, it's close up on you, and these pitchers throwing them football is faster and faster. Like when you and I went to watch the game, I'm looking at the radar. We seeing 95, 97. I mean, I thought he was done, to be totally honest. I mean, he was obviously in a lot of pain. But I tell you what, I got to crack a little joke, though. That man jury game is on point, though, Jay. That man jury game. That man jury game.
Yes. So for those of you who don't know, Lance and I and my wife, we went to the Sox game on Friday, and we're sitting like in the third row of the upper deck, right behind home plate. And Lance is like, "Man, I can see his jewelry from here."
He get up there, Vernon. He got up there, jewelry swinging, stuff everywhere. I'm like, damn. They got some nice jewelry on. But speaking about the jewelry, I mean the injuries, Jay, right? A friend of mine, I'm on this group chat, and we was posting early this morning, like, it's injuries everywhere. Trey Young just had an injury. LeBron had an injury. Like, Jose Roberts is out. When you and I went to the game, there's no Roberts, half the team out. Do you think it's because they started playing too fast, or you just think it's that type of year? Like one season ends, you wait 30 days, it seemed like they was back playing again. So you think the season started too soon for everyone?
I'm not a kinesiologist, of course. I'm not a sports trainer, but I think it's something to be said about an off season. That's why they call it an off season. I really thought the NBA came back too quick. I really thought they did. With baseball, I said, hey, they've gotten a spring trainer. They didn't play a lot last year, so their bodies can't be worn down. But what some people are saying is that their body didn't build up the tolerance because they only had a 60-game season as opposed to 162. But I disagree with that because they've had strike-shortened seasons before. And the year when they came back, you didn't have all this plethora of injuries. What I think is going on is that the trainers are training the baseball players like they damn football players. All these dudes out here all bulked up. And I'm like, it's baseball, man. You don't need the muscles in that sport. You want long, lean muscles, and you do a lot of stretching and a lot of running, man. You don't really need all that weightlifting when you're doing baseball. It's an everyday sport, and you're basically doing quick spurts. But it's long periods of times where you're just standing around doing nothing. But when you got to go, you got to be able to explode. And I think they're training them wrong. I really do. I think the training techniques need to really be looked at.
Wow, that's a good point. That's a great point because, like I said, with basketball, they came back so soon, and I don't think they had the break time that they needed. So we recovering quick. But for baseball, you're right. I hope they're not training guys like football players, like professional bodybuilders. Which shout out to Ayende Avery, who was the bodybuilder. So, because it's a shame when you go into the game and you expect to see all the players that you want to see, and you're not seeing those guys. Nothing to the reserves. Because hell, I was one. But like I said, though, when you go to a game, you at least want to see a full complement of players.
I agree.
We were talking about this morning, Jason and Lance, with it was Ken and Sean were talking about it, and I had popped in. We're talking about the stretching. Maybe the more flexibility, if more focus on flexibility is a necessity because, like you said, they're coming back off a short year. These guys have a long year, the longest season of any sport. So they're going to have to stay limber and they're going to have to stay loose. And I feel like, the Yohan Moncadas, I'm not going to put Eloy in there because that was just dumb. But Yohan, because he's such a stocky dude. Luis Robert, because he has the guy, he's El Pantera and he can fly, but look at him. I mean, he's yoked. He's got a lot of muscle on him, and that needs a lot of stretching, a lot of flexibility. And I feel like that's a lack. There's a lack of focus on that right now.
And when you lift, you do need to stretch, prior to you lifting. So before I lift, I've been fortunate to work with some really good trainers and stuff. And you always stretch. They put us through quite a bit of stretching before you hit the weights. And truthfully, you don't need a lot of heavy weights to get your body to look right.
That's right.
That's what I understand. Like, I used to bench 315 pounds back in the day. But now, Jay, I really haven't did heavy lifting in about 5, 6, 7 years.
Right.
And, people always looking at me, man, you look like you in shape. I've been doing like a lot of band work, light weights, a lot of reps, like you said, trying to get the quick twitch muscles going. And I feel pretty good. Different strokes for different folks.
That's right.
I also know you got to have shoulder strength, and I also have to have my hips flexible too, though.
Right. And well, another thing too, once you get past the age of 52, and that's one of the things I've learned is that, your body is changing, but you can also change your workouts too, man. And I've definitely changed my workouts from when I was 35. I was sitting up there like, who I'm trying to impress? I'm already married. I already got the girl I wanted. So, and I try to stay in shape for her. I ain't saying I'm just letting it all go, but, you change your workout. I've dropped some pounds, I try to do more flexibility stuff, but I definitely think your leg strength is important as you get older. And my wife has taught me that. She's like, most of the senior citizens who are not independent are so because they lose their ability to move around themselves. And, I know Aunt Louise, when, she got out there those last few years, she was having so much trouble with her knees and just walking and getting around. So, I've learned my lessons from my elders and just listening to the scientists out here. And I'm really trying to concentrate more on, that kind of stuff. But hey, talking about physiques and being in shape, we do have some good news to report on one of our former guests. I don't know if you knew about this, but our homegirl, JoJo, Jahiza de Jesus, she flipped the script on me, and she was in a bodybuilding competition. She was training and didn't tell nobody, put herself in like a body fitness competition, and guess what?
What place JoJo come in?
She came in first place. Can you believe it? There she is. She sent me the photos. She's so happy. She came in. It was her first ever body fitness tournament thing, something. But she got in it and won the damn thing, Lance. So
let me tell you how naive and crazy I am. I was like, saw some pictures. I was like, that can't be JoJo. I thought JoJo has a sister. I'm like, JoJo posting pictures of her sister because I said, Jay didn't tell me JoJo was mine. Seriously, Jay, I said, man, JoJo's sister, okay, she cut up. That's JoJo. Congrats, JoJo.
Congrats to our girl JoJo down there in Florida. She was going to join us tonight, but her son is he's a little under the weather, so I told her to take care of the son without a doubt. She's going to join us on the first episode of season number 2 in a couple of weeks. But congratulations from Chicago to Florida to our girl JoJo. First place in her first ever fitness competition. I like, boy, that girl don't never stop.
Jay, now seriously, JoJo has I think she said she has 3 kids.
Yeah, she got 3.
So she has 3 kids. Her body was always decent. What's up, Ojo Barnes? Ojo Barnes, we need you on the show, baby. What you want to talk about, Ojo Barnes? Ojo, hit us with something you want to talk about. Hell, we should send them a link and get him on the show to talk about sports. Ojo Barnes knows sports now.
Yeah, he do.
And Tony Barnes' father passed away about a
month
ago.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I condolences.
But we need to ask him. Tony Barnes, send us a question, Ojo Barnes, just for you. Yeah, and I killed you with the songs a couple of weeks ago, too. Don't mess with me on Old School Sunday. But I tell you what, Jay, but what JoJo did, she was already in good shape. But seriously, I thought that was her sister. So shout out to JoJo.
Shout out to JoJo. Shout out to her. The next time before we bring on our first guest for tonight, we got one more topic. The White Sox and Twins game tonight. The White Sox and Twins game tonight has been postponed due to rain. And that is the radar. Ain't no damn rain nowhere near Chicago. But the White Sox postponed the game and did it in like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Talking about, we expecting it to be some weather. So I went on the Weather Channel website, and as you can see in the upper left-hand corner, it says that is what the rain forecast looks like at 7:15 p.m. tonight for Chicago. And in that little small box, it says expected occasional thunderstorms to end around 5:30 p.m. Now, I'm not in Chicago, Lance. You in Chicago. Is it storming outside? Is it a lightning storm or something I don't know about that's going on?
You see how I'm scratching my head. It rained a little bit earlier, but everybody else, you follow the weather. You follow the meteorologist, don't you? They called the game. What time the game starts? 7:10 probably?
Right. It's supposed to start at 7:10.
They called the Jay, I'm gonna let you with your journalistic instincts. Talk to me about why would they call the game so early?
Well, here's my theory. Here's my theory. Jose Abreu got hurt, so we gonna give him an extra day of rest. We got a whole bunch of people on the disabled list. We gonna give them time to rest. We trying to trade for Eduardo Escobar, like Tony Barnes just said, and Armando was saying earlier. They trying to work a trade. They trying to do all this other stuff. So they probably figured, look, man, we can't get nobody else hurt if we gonna trade somebody, and we ain't got all our horses. Ain't no sense of playing this game. We ain't got to. So instead of them doing a doubleheader tomorrow, they're doing a doubleheader on July the 10th. So I love the White Sox, but this is some BS right here. I don't know what they doing. And right, Vernon said the rain ain't supposed to start till 11. I'm with you, Vernon. I looked at all the radars. I looked at all the forecasts. I couldn't find no rain around Guaranteed Rate Field.
See, you, Vernon, Ojo Bars, this you guys' top show. The conspiracy theory. We're not trying to lose you no more games, Jay. We trying to you, Ojo Bars. We need Ojo Bars on the show so he can be rubbing his head like this, telling me, Jay, how do you get out of game so early like that? Seriously, how does that happen?
Well, the way it works is that the teams, if I'm not understanding, Irvin, you can help me out on this. The teams make the call before the game starts, but after the game starts, the umpires can determine, right? Is that how it goes?
I think they convene before the game. I think everybody, the umpires and both teams, conjoin before the game and make a decision. Well, first they check the radar and they talk to the local news and see what's going on, what's what. But I mean, other than that, I don't think you can make a decision after you've said it. You know what I'm saying? They said it so early. It's like you could have made this decision maybe an hour or two before game time. You made it so quick and abrupt.
I get it. Okay, so everybody stays at home. Everybody gets the extra day's rest.
Yeah.
Everybody eating well, like you said, like y'all said. That's the only thing you can really say, because I have never heard of a game called this early during the day. I thought you was joking.
Yeah, that's why I think Jason hit it right on the money. They got problems and they figured out a way to at least alleviate some of that pain.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Works for me, I guess, but that's what they did. So the White Sox and Twins rained out tonight. They're gonna play that July 10th, I think, is when they got a doubleheader scheduled. So we'll see what takes place after this. But I'm this kind of suspicious if you ask me, man.
So we're going to call that the Kawhi Leonard Day. It's a Kawhi Day. We changed the names. They took a Kawhi Day.
Well, I don't know. They took a something. A Veterans Day, I don't know, a holiday. Maybe they celebrating Juneteenth later. I don't know. But I know it wasn't no damn rain in the forecast. But, hey, this is what they did. So what can I say? So we're going to take our first commercial break. And then we're coming back with your brother and my cousin, Nick Irvin. And we're going to get into these NBA playoffs, baby. We got to talk about the playoffs, man. And then we're going to do a jump ball. Nick is going to help us with the jump ball. So that's going to be interesting. So,
Ojo Bars, text me doing the jump ball, Ojo Bars. You're going to help me with this jump ball, Ojo Bars.
All right. You're watching What's Up, Cuz. We'll be right back.
See me. See me.
See me. See my dark skin and my kinky hair.
See me. Don't see past me.
Don't see through me.
See me.
See my tan skin and my curly hair.
See me.
Don't see past me.
Don't see through me.
See me.
See my face, wet with tears from years of oppression.
See my hands, weathered and worn from decades of pulling myself up through your society.
See my feet, split from centuries of walking your delicate line.
See me.
See me.
See me.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
let's get back to normal. How do we do that? Wear masks, wash your hands, stand 6 feet apart, get tested, and most important, roll up your sleeve and get the shot.
Get the shot. Get the shot.
Get the shot.
I got the shot. I got the shot.
I got the shot.
I got the shot.
I got the shot.
I got the shot, and so should you.
Welcome back, everybody, to What's Up, Cuz. I'm your host, Jason Palmer, along with my crazy cousin, the coach himself, Lance C. Irvin. And we can confirm that we both got the shot, too, didn't we, Lance?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We are fully vaccinated, and I am so happy. My wife and I went to the movies last night for the first time since January 2020. We went to see a great movie. It's a musical called In the Heights. A really, really good movie. I recommend it for everyone. It was our first time in the theater in like a year and a half, man. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was eating popcorn and Twizzlers and ices and all sorts of stuff.
Let me ask you a question. So is that In the Heights movie, the musical that was on Netflix or Amazon? Not Netflix. One of the HBO Max or something like that?
Like I thought what they told me was that it was a play. And then they turned into a movie. So I think it was a play. And this is the movie version of it. But it was outstanding. I had never seen it before. I thought it was great. The choreography, the singing, the acting, everything. The storyline was really great. So that's my movie review. Everybody go see In the Heights. But, hey, let's get to our first guest for our last show in season number 1. Are you ready for your first guest, Lance?
Hey, bring him on, because he's going to say something comical, too. I tell you what, though, that man knows his basketball, though.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's got 3 IHSA state championships. Or was it 4? 4 IHSA state championships. I wasn't counting the one when you was on this staff. But anyway, he got 4 IHSA state championships. He's now an assistant coach down in Western Illinois. He is your brother, my cousin, back by popular demand, Coach Nick Irvin. What's up, Nick?
Hey, family, how y'all doing, man? Great to have me on the show again.
Let me say this, though, Nick, to start you off. Let me give Nicholas some props.
Nick, make our ratings go up.
Nick, let me tell hey, Nick, let me ask you a question. When you was in Vegas, did you used to talk to Tyrone Lue or talk?
That's my man, T. Lue.
Chauncey Billups?
Yeah, Chauncey Billups. So happy for him. He deserves it.
Nick, your boy's doing well. Who else did you talk to? Was Monty Williams and them down there too? Man. You on a nice roll right now, Nicholas.
Yeah, and cousin Doc Rivers, baby.
I forgot about tell them who is Baron Davis to you, Nicholas? So we let them know we got a real NBA expert on the show.
Baron Davis is like a brother to me, man. I love BD. Unbelievable person. Man, he got a great basketball mind, great business mind. You know, in my book, he a Hall of Famer. In my book. But my book probably don't work for everybody, but in my book, he a Hall of Famer.
Got you. Well, Nick, thanks for joining us. We're going to get into some of this NBA talk. And guys, I'll tell you this year's NBA playoffs have been really exciting. I think it's because it's all teams that we ain't used to seeing get this far. You know, the Hawks have never won an NBA championship. I think the last one Milwaukee won when we were talking last was in like 72 or something. I was like 3 years old. You can't count that. The Clippers, they ain't even get one when they were in San Diego back in the day. So they ain't never had one. And the Phoenix Suns, they only made the one finals with Barkley in them. So I think that is what's making everything so exciting. It's got all their fan bases fired up because they ain't never been here before. Nick, what do you think about that?
I think it's good for basketball. Watching Atlanta Hawks, and the great thing of what I love about the Atlanta Hawks situation, Nate McMillan. You know, he an interim coach. He came in, did his job, which he should have had a job in the NBA, I thought. But he doing a great job in leading them young guys. And then he put a mixture of veteran with Gallinari, Lou Williams. He put some good pieces around him and let Trae Young just go crazy. And with Clint Capella, one of the best centers in the NBA, I think he doing a phenomenal job. And you know, with the Phoenix Suns, Monty Williams, great coach, great basketball mind. Same situation. They put a mixture of veteran with the young guys. They brought in Chris Paul, Jay Crowder, and put them alongside Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges. I mean, it did a phenomenal job, and the Bucks, I thought, probably made the best trade before the deadline to get my man PJ Tucker, because he bring the toughness that they needed, and he don't mind mixing up with nobody. You know, he got in the face of Kevin Durant, and he probably in the locker room telling them, you know, first they was probably listening to jazz, now they listening to Tupac. So,
I agree.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So he bringing that tough mentality into the locker room. So, you know, and adding my man Bobby Portis too now. And
that's
then,
right.
You know, and with the Clippers, I like what they did. I like their team. T. Lue, my man, but T. Lue only is good as his superstar takes him.
Right.
And the superstar Paul George gotta carry it low since Kawhi Leonard out.
Right.
You know, I think if Kawhi there, they'll make it to the finals. But you know, T. Lue doing a good job with what he has. But my main man, you should know my pit bull, Pat Beverly. He made Devin Booker job. Man, he hounding it right now. But you know, it's good for basketball, the playoffs now.
Yep. Lance, what you think about it?
I think, Jay, because everybody was hollering last year, super teams. Mm-hmm. Well, no three-headed monster has made it to the finals this year. So now it's teams in like markets where not that big, like the Bucks. Their market is not that big. You got Atlanta market is okay. You got, you know, the Clippers, you got LA, and you have Phoenix. So it's not really the traditional teams we used to see it, and those super teams. And I'm also happy too, y'all. I'm happy because we have 3 African-American coaches out there. You have Monty Williams, you have T. Lue, you have Nate. So now I think we've been represented correctly, and guys out there playing hard, and you can see some coaching, you can see some adjustments. Whereas they can't say guys are just being put out there and they just playing. And I do agree with Nick. Like, look, the Clippers been right there without Kawhi. What does that tell you?
Right.
Like, they've been close in every game. They down 3-1, but they lost the first one by like
they right there.
They right there. So all the games have been tight and adjustments have been made. Now, I think a key to the Hawks and Bucks series is, will Trae Young be able to make it back to play in the next game? Because he got injured at the end of the last game. It's a bone bruise. So now
that's that Jose Abreu injury.
Exactly. That's that 96 miles per hour fastball. So if he doesn't make it back, who do you go to? Like when you look at Phoenix been able to go to the bench. They had somebody to replace Chris Paul. Who do the Bucks go to?
Right.
I don't know. You, Nick, I don't know who they go to.
I think what I think with the Atlanta Hawks, they need to. Lou Williams got to just take on another role. They got to insert Lou Williams if Trae Young can't go, and then just let Lou do what he do. He 6th man of the year, one of the best scorers in the league ever. You know, so I think they just need to let him play, you know, more in screen and roll action if Trae can't go.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge. And I think with the Bucks, Jay, I think like Nick said, they pick up with PJ Tucker, but True Holiday, that was a heck of a pick.
Yes, it was.
And I'm not saying he could stop Trae Young, but most of the guards he's going up against with his size, and he was first team all defense too now. So he can guard. He could switch on a bigger guy. He's fronting the post, and he can shoot the basketball. So you have to play him. So you have to guard him. So Holiday was a real good pickup for the Bucks. They needed him and PJ Tucker. Like Nick said, they was listening to smooth jazz. They probably listening to DMX now. Shout out to DMX. And what Chris Paul has done for the Phoenix Suns, along with Monty Williams, that is unbelievable. And we all knew he was a really good leader, right? He just been in some unfortunate situations where they was down 3-1 and wasn't able to win. But if you listen to his off-the-court stuff, the team meals, meeting at his house to watch movies, calling guys every day to check on them, all that stuff is huge when you're trying to get a team to bond. And DeAndre Ayton, is a beast.
Well, let me ask both of you guys on that. We've all coached basketball. You know, we got titles sitting here between the three of us and on different levels. But let me ask you this, the bonding aspect. You know, obviously I coached a lot of younger teams, and that was good for the bonding aspect. For these professional players, because you don't want to treat them like they're college kids and do some of the bonding stuff, but what type of stuff do these guys do to bond? Because they all professional, they all got millions, so they bonding could be something completely different than what Nick was doing when he was a high school coach, or what you do on the college level, Lance. How do you get professional basketball players who got big egos, big money, and responsibilities, wives, children, all that stuff? How do you get those guys to bond as a team?
Man, I just think, like I mentioned earlier, the stuff that Chris Paul was doing, right? They said Popovich, too, is notorious for taking guys out to eat, talking to them about wine, introducing them to things they probably not used to. But I think we all players and coaches, you like somebody that's talking to you, right? And you like somebody that's trying to find out, hey, how's your family doing? How's your wife doing? Doing those type things. Okay, you know what? Let's have like a barbecue. Invite everybody over. Bring your kids over. So I think bonding is key, because you want to know who you in a foxhole with. Just come on, y'all. Let's go out and bowl now. You pick up the tab. See, one thing, the universal language, I don't care how much money you have. Oh, everybody like free now. Hey, Nick, how sweet was it when MJ used to pick up, here you go, Nick. Hey, here y'all go. How sweet was it when Twan used to be in there? Come on, y'all, let's go out to Ruth Chris. They say Chris Paul picking up the bill for everybody, Jay. Come on, y'all, let's eat. Pop doing the same thing. So I think bowling and doing those type of things, I think all that helps.
Yeah, all that definitely helped. And then you got to get a bunch of guys that care about winning, that understand that, you know, take everybody off the court, just being professional. And like Lance said, Chris Paul does a lot of that. I remember when Chris Paul was in New Orleans, and my best friend Melvin Eli, he played there, and Chris was a leader back then. He was a leader back then, and I already knew that he was going to be one of the best point guards ever. Not just at that particular moment, but ever, because his leadership. He took them guys out. This was like his rookie year, maybe second year in the league. But he took them guys out. He hung around them. But Chris Paul's an unbelievable person. You know, that's a testimony to his mom and dad, his brother. You know, they wonderful people. So they taught him at a young age how to be a leader. That's how, you know, Michael Jordan was. He led a different way. But, you know, you got to be on Michael Jordan page. You know, if you ain't meet Michael Jordan for the Breakfast Club, he called it. If you ain't meet him at 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, he knew you weren't serious. So he gonna move away from you. So it's different type of leaders. People lead by example. But if you're a leader, you're a leader. But it takes a whole group, and the coach got to be on the same page as everybody.
I agree.
Because they're the leader. If the coach is on the same page and taking care of all the players, because all players are different. All different. It's a lot of egos. So if he could, you know, separate the egos with everybody and make things happen, man, it's a successful team.
You know, and sometimes I think real quick, you also got to have some sweat equity, right?
Yeah.
I think guys that listen to a guy they know works hard and can play a little bit, but also as a leader, sometimes you have to do stuff you don't want to do for the betterment of the team. Like, I might not want to go out on Saturday, but if 5 of the guys going out and they say, "L.I., come on, man, let's go out a little bit."
You got to go.
Sometimes you got to go.
Right.
You got to go. So at the end of the day, those are the things you need to do when you have a team that you want to bond together.
Good. Very interesting perspective, because I know, you know, the NBA is a whole different level. So I wanted to ask you guys about that. Yeah. Let me tell you guys. So obviously I'm living up here in Wisconsin, and these people are going nuts right now. The Brewers are in first place. The Bucks and the Bucks are playing above their heads. They don't know what to do with their damn self. They done forgot Aaron Rodgers might be leaving the Packers because right now they're so happy about the Bucks and the damn Brewers. They don't know what to do with themselves. But looking at this Milwaukee team, when we did our predictions, Lance, about a month ago, I predicted Milwaukee was going to come out the East. And y'all kind of laughed at me. But I said I think they may do it this time. What do you guys see as Milwaukee's strength? Because the series is not over yet. But what do you see as their strength? And what do you see as their weaknesses? Because let's not forget, this is the same team that got their ass whooped in the first game of the series. So, I mean, that can happen again. So, what do you think of the strength and the weaknesses of the Milwaukee Bucks? And then I'll talk to you about the Hawks.
Go ahead, Nick. I'll let you.
I think their strengths are they play good defense. They're a good defensive team. You got Giannis could play defense. You got Drew Holiday could guard almost 4 position where the NBA is now. And you got PJ Tucker. They added that toughness to him. And I think defense is their strengths. But I think their weaknesses late in the game. I understand Giannis the guy. I'm a Giannis fan. Let's not get this wrong, get it twisted. I'm a Giannis fan. I love him to death. But Chris Middleton is my closer. I think the weakness is when Giannis tried to go one-on-one the last 2 minutes of the game. It was a prime example, right? It was a prime example last night when Chris Middleton scored 11 straight points to end the game. I think because I remember it was one particular game in a net series. Giannis was going one-on-one trying to do it, and Chris Middleton was shaking his head like, no, I'm the guy. I'm the all-star too. So I think he said, you know what? I know he might get out of line right now. I'm going to take this game over early and just end it. Chris Middleton is the go-to guy down the stretch.
Okay.
I think, Jay, and just to add what Nick said, I think one part of their strength is their length.
Yeah.
You have Giannis is long. You have Bobby Porter coming off the bench is long. Brooke Lopez is 7 feet and long. Drew Holiday is long. Chris Middleton is long. So I think their strength is their length. Plus, they're a pretty good shooting team with Pat Connaughton coming off.
Yes, they are.
He can stretch the floor, and PJ Tucker can stretch the floor. So I think it's their length and their shooting. I think a little bit of their weakness is they getting exploited in their pick and roll coverage. Used by Trae Young. So they need to throw up their pick and roll coverage. I think that'd be better for them down the stretch. But also, kind of like Nick said, I do agree with him. Like I was on the group chat the other day, and I was like, they was talking about Giannis got to close. No. I was saying Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton got to close, and I was leaning more towards Middleton, like Nick was saying, because he has. Well, these young guys, Jay, they say all this new terminology. He can score at 3 levels. He can score, man. The man can score. The man can score. So you got that. So I think too, when they get out and run too, that's their strength too, because they've been punishing the Hawks getting out and run, especially when Holiday and Bobby Porter, especially when they do like Mac used to do when he played with us at Julian, leak out and go down court while everybody else crashing the boards, go wide open.
Okay, let's talk about the Atlanta Hawks here. Obviously, the Trae Young injury is huge, but we're going to assume for this conversation that he's back tomorrow and playing. Break down the Atlanta Hawks for me, their strengths and weaknesses, and what they need to do to keep this series from getting out of hand here tomorrow night.
I think couple from a weakness standpoint, Jay, is their size. They're not very big, so I think number one, they can't give up second shots. They've been doing a decent job, but they have to continue to only give up one shot to the Bucks. And also, I think their weakness is too right now. They got to get back in defense. They have to get back. They're giving up easy baskets when they shouldn't have to. And one more little bit, I think it probably they got to contain a wall. They let Giannis get inside the wall way too easy. Like a couple of times, he came down and did a spin move. A couple of times, he's in the paint, finger rolling like he the Iceman or something. So they gotta hold the wall a little bit better in those situations when Giannis is coming down the court like that. I think their strength is too. Their strength is they can shoot the basketball. They need Bogdanovich. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing his name right. He was been a little bit banged up. I think the other day he was moving a little bit better. He has to produce from the outside at a high clip. Like you said, Nick, Lemon Pepper Lou has to bring it a little bit also.
Yeah, he do.
And Trey needs to continue to be Trey. But Clint Capella, he has to get us 15 or 15 every night. He has to show up consistently. Like in those 2 games they lost, I think yesterday his stat line was okay. But in the game they won, Clint was huge. So I think those are a couple of things they strengthen their weaknesses. That's a great question, Jay.
Well, with the Hawks, they got to get a lockdown defender. Right now, they don't have no lockdown defender. They just want to outscore teams. And I think that's one weakness they got is the defensive end. They don't have no stoppers. They got a shot blocker, but they don't have no stoppers. They lack size. I think that's hurting them now because Giannis, when I knew going into the series, Giannis wasn't going to have his way, because Blake Griffin not in front of him. They had bigger, Kevin Durant on the backside waiting for him. They would have size, length.
Claxton coming off the bench for the Nets was huge.
Exactly. And now what they don't have, the weakness is definitely defense. Offense, they strength is offense. They probably got one of the best top 5 pick and roll players in the game with Trae Young because you can't go under, you can't go over the top. It's a lot of coverages you can't really do. You just hope he missed. And another thing is that my man, Gallinari, I was say he said Gallinari. I mean, he could score. He X factor for him. He could score. He getting back into all-star form. And Sweet Lou got to show up. Sweet Lou show up, their offense will be that much effective.
Gotcha. All right, let's go out west then. We've talked about this Phoenix Sun team. We've heaped a lot of praises on them. The Clippers got to win tonight. They got to win tonight or they are going golfing or fishing. I'm sorry, they going fishing. So I went golfing. They got to find a way to stop that man right there, Devin Booker. And they got to find a way to score some points without Kawhi Leonard. And I don't know how you do that, Nick. I mean, you're not having your main guy. You got to try to pull out 3 games in a row. Not just one, but you got to win 3 games in a row. If you coaching the Clippers, what do you tell them tonight going into this game, Nick?
Well, I tell them the pressure is really on Phoenix right now because Phoenix got to win this one. This is a must-win for Phoenix. Without Kawhi Leonard, their defense is kind of a little shaky, but they starting to figure things out when they put Pat Bell in the starting lineup and put him on Devin Booker. So they figured some things out, but the pressure is really on the Suns. It's a must-win for them. And the thing I go in the locker room and tell my guys right now is, look, just play relax, take one possession at a time. You can't get it all in one possession. Just play with each other, play extremely hard, and get multiple stops when you can.
Lance, what do you tell the Clippers if you coaching them tonight?
What I tell them is this, guys, we've been so close. But down the stretch, we have to get better shots, take and make better shots. In the last game, I was texting Nick, and we was on the family chat. I was like, they're taking bad shots. So it's not always about a home run. So they had to take better shots. And then to Zubac, they got to establish him in the post at some point in time down the stretch. They have to be able to score when the jump shot's not falling. Right. Maybe Paul George has to post up, right? So those are things we need to do. They've been fine. They've been fine
in the game.
The good thing I say is T. Lue is a great thing, but T. Lue has to press the right buttons tonight.
He got to.
He's been doing it, but not when the game is on the line. Because if we agree with the series, every game has come down to the last 3 minutes.
Yes, it has.
It's going to come down tonight to the last 3 minutes. Whose number will he call? Who can deliver? And Paul George, when you're on the free throw line, you're having a great series. God, you have to.
Yeah, you got to close.
You have to. And Reggie Jackson has been great.
The one thing T. Lou might do it. I hope he figure it out. They need some inside presence. You got DeMarcus Cousins right there. You got DeMarcus Boogie Cousins.
Man.
He been solid every time he come to the game, but playoff Rondo. I need my guy, man.
Forgot about playoff Rondo.
Man, I need my guy. I need playoff Rondo in the lineup so the Clippers could win tonight because he been there. He understands the winning aspects of it, and he know how to create mismatches. He gonna make sure that they go inside and get a good shot. Playoff Rondo.
So Nick, let me ask you.
Yes, sir.
Nick. Who do you take? Whose minutes do you take away, or do you just go with your gut feeling?
You got to go with your gut. I play Pat Beverly. I mean, he doing a good job of playing Pat, which you got to play because he Devin Booker. But Luke Kennard, you got to shorten his minutes a little bit. And I go with a 3-guard offense. I mean, look at Phoenix. I mean, they don't post up. They only post up maybe one guy, DeAndre Ayton. So you could go to a small lineup. Pat Beverly's tough. Rondo's tough. Paul George rebound. And you got Zubac out there to rebound. So I don't think it'd be a bad mixture if you run a 3-guard offense and just let Rondo facilitate the whole game. And I guarantee they'll win this game and they'll go to the NBA Finals. That's my gut feeling.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. You heard it from Nick Irvin himself there. Nick is gonna stay with us for pretty much the rest of the show here, so we're gonna bounce around on some other topics. And since we got Nick on the show here, and we know he a Cub fan, let's talk about him. The Cubs are playing the Brewers tonight.
Yeah, we got to win these next games.
Up here in Milwaukee. Now, I will tell you, you do have some support on the show. Even though your brother's wearing a Sox hat, your cousin is wearing a new Shine hat.
I was wondering what that was.
Fly like that. Your cousin fly like that. But you do have some support on this show, Nick Irvin, because Ivan is a Cubs fan and he wear his Cubs.
I'm with you, Nick. I got you, Nick. I got you, Nick. I'm here with you. They ain't gonna gang up on you, Nick. They ain't gonna gang.
Ivan, you know what? Tell Ivan I started to come out here wearing a Christian Yelich jersey. I don't know.
So let me ask you, Nick, about your Cubs. You got a big series here up here in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. What you got to do for tonight to get this first win of the series here in Milwaukee? And unlike Chicago, it ain't raining and they ain't canceled the game. So
right. I mean, the one thing we got to do, we got to hit better. We got to hit better, and pitching got to be unbelievable tonight. You know, I got to check who in the lineup tonight, who started tonight, but they got to be great tonight. Pitching,
Ivan, get that lineup. Get the lineup, Ivan.
Yeah, pitching got to be great tonight. Hitting got to be great. I think we had the Brewers, though. In first, let a couple go, but we'll be back. We're going to win this series. We'll be fine. We're going to be in first place, heading to the playoffs soon.
You and Walter Bond and y'all Cubs talk.
You know what, Jay, I think, too, they got to find a way. Like when we was at the Sox game the other day, I said, Grandal is batting 144, right? But he's always on base.
Right.
He's always on base. So they got to find a way to keep base runners on base. And I think during the street, I know Chris Bryant was hitting the ball well.
Yeah, he was.
Through the street a while ago. So I don't know if he's hitting the ball as well as he was a while ago. But, you know, Jay, I'm always kind of like you said, like Nick. I'm all about pitching, but you got to get some hits too.
You got to get some hits.
You got to get some hits too now. So these 144 batting averages and these 203. Ivan, come on out, please. What is my man Baez doing these days? Talk to me about
Baez. He been decent.
He's not. There's been a switch. There's been a switch that's been flipped. He hasn't been as horrible as he was. I mean, the team was bad for the majority of the first month of the season, majority of the first month. But now he's been all right. He's been coming through clutch. He's been hitting home runs. He's been becoming more Javi Baez. I think the benching was a big thing that would kind of got his focus back, and I think that was a key word David Ross used was focus.
Kyle Hendricks got to be huge tonight. He got to be huge tonight. He got to get off to a good start. If he get off to a good start, and I think we'll be fine tonight. We'll be ready to be moving into first pretty soon. But it's a must, like it's a must win for the Suns. It's a must win for the Cubs tonight.
Cousin Jason, let me ask you, cousin, is that Brewer lineup still a little potent as it used to be?
Not like it used to be, but they they in first place, so they doing something right. Well, here's my thing. They're in first place. They playing at home. It's against the Cubs. They rivals. Here's the other thing, and I wanted to ask Nick and Ivan this because you're currently 3 games back to them, and we're already concerned on what they're gonna do with this team come trade deadline. Worst come to worst, you lose all 3 of these games. You're now down 6. Are you guys concerned that if that were to happen, that the Cubs are gonna be like, all right, well, we gave y'all a shot, and they start trading away pieces?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not trading nobody because we wasn't first. Okay, we wasn't first. We was good, but Baez slump. You know what I'm saying? So it been a problem in a lot. But I wouldn't trade the guys because we building our future. The future is bright with the Cubs.
So let me ask you this, Ivan. Did the Hugh Darvish trade? Are you wishing y'all had Hugh back?
Yeah, I do.
But
at the time, see, the thing is that they stuck their foot in their mouth when they wanted to mention money and they wanted to say when they want to cry broke. Everybody like that's when the magnifying glass came out. And it's like, hold on, dude, you're not broke. So I think they were more or less looking at this year as being a down year. Mm-hmm. They were like, hey, let's go ahead and just keep as much money as we can. Send you to because he's a good guy and they liked him. Send him to a contender, somebody that wants him, somebody that needs him, and get as much as you can from him. But they didn't get much because it was pretty much a white flag trade. They got a lot of young talent, but it wasn't, in my opinion. Like I said, for me, I would have been like, if I were the front office, I wouldn't have said anything. I wouldn't have addressed the fans so openly. And just say, hey, this is our business here. Here's my pockets. You know what I mean? Here's my pockets. I'm gonna cry broke, and then the team. You're gonna go ahead and complain about the team as well as it's supposed to be a step backwards, a regression year. So you can go ahead and step forward with the younger players, and they kind of stuck their foot in their mouth with that too because look at what David Ross has done. Like he's woken up the core that I think was sleeping with Joe Madden. They're pretty much. Like Uncle Joe was putting them to bed, man. There's only so much you could take of it, and they were done. But David Ross, you got to give credit to David Ross, the manager.
Yeah,
gotcha. All right,
Jason. I got to give Jason Haywood. Come on, baby. Come on, man. Come on, Jason Haywood. Give me something tonight.
he got to give you something, man. Jason Haywood. He been struggling, but he got to do something, man. He got to give you something.
About a 12 or something.
I know.
What is he hitting? Sub 200?
Oh yeah,
sub 100. Damn near.
I know.
Right.
He in the 100. Man, he low. Like
I know. All right, we got one more commercial break for the show, and then we coming back. We doing jump ball. We gonna wrap this thing up, heading into the NBA playoffs tonight. You're watching What's Up, Cubs. We'll be right back.
Compassion, noun. Sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. We're all born with it. It's in us. Don't believe me? When you hear a baby cry, something pulls at you. You want to ease that pain. You want to soothe that hurt. No one had to teach you that. It's called compassion, and it's in you. However, at some point you turned it off when it came to me.
The cries of my soul have gone unheard, but today, you will hear me.
My heart has wailed a melody loud enough to shatter your ears and you ignored me. But this week, you will hear me.
This body has beat the drums of anguish, only to be silenced. But this month, you will hear me.
This year,
this decade,
this century,
I will be heard, and
you will be the one to hear me.
And when I am finally heard,
show compassion.
Show compassion.
Show compassion.
Remember, it's in you.
Let's get back to normal. How do we do that? Wear a mask, wash your hands, stand 6 feet apart, get tested, and most important, roll up your sleeve and get the shot.
Get the shot. Get the shot.
Get the shot. I got the shot. I got the shot.
I got the shot.
I got the shot.
I got the shot.
I got the shot, and so should you.
Oh man, welcome back to What's Up, Cuz, for the final show of season number 1. And it is that time for Jump Ball, Jump Ball. And because it's the final show of season number 1, I got a special bonus Jump Ball that I'm going to be the host on that one for the second one. But for the original Jump Ball, we will do me against Lance Irvin. And in the second one, it will be Nick Irvin against Lance Irvin in the second one. I'll be the MC on that. So let's do the first one, Ivan. This is our original jump ball question for me and Lance. And Lance, I'll let you go first so you can pick your side.
Okay, for the jump ball question tonight, it's do you like the new NBA draft lottery system?
Oh, go
all right, he gonna put the clock up. There you go. Put that clock up on there, boy.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second. I had it. There it is. Okay.
I'll sum this up real quick. The new NBA draft lottery system. Who the hell cares? At the end of the day, all we want to know is this. Who has the first pick? I think a lot of people think it's rigged anyway. I'm not saying I do. But at the end of the day, a lot of people don't care about if it's 15 balls, 10 balls. It always seems like the team that needs to get the first pick gets the first pick. Except for your Chicago Bulls, Jay, because they've been so bad and don't know how to lose games on purpose at the end of the day. So I don't know if the average person cares about the lottery system because I don't. So now, at the end of the day, in my Stephen A. Smith voice, I mean, who the hell cares? I mean, what difference does it make? Man, the teams are so bad, they're not going to be in first next year anyway. So what difference does it make here?
Time.
So does that mean you like the system? You don't like the system? I didn't understand what position you took.
Heck no, I don't like it. I didn't take one like the NBA. They didn't take one. They just throwing stuff out there.
Okay, that's one nay. Jason, go ahead. 60 seconds.
Oh, here you come, Lord.
I'm in favor of this new system. I like it. The reason why, because people are losing on purpose. That's why they had to change the damn system. Because people are losing. Like, man, ain't no sense of winning these last 2 games. We gonna miss out on Zion Williamson. Go ahead, losers, man. Hey, man, didn't you hurt your toenail last week? You need to be on the injured list. They had to come up with something, man. These dudes were gaming the system. That's basically what they were doing. The teams were gaming the system to do what they could to give themselves a better chance to get into the ping pong lottery position. So now, you know, the way it is, I think the bottom 4 teams have all got an equal amount of chance to get the first round pick, which is like 15%. And then everybody else, you know, you just get in where you fit in. So I like the new system. I don't quite understand it yet, but I do like it because I thought people were trying to game the system. And I think that's bad for basketball. You're supposed to win as many games as possible.
Jason, you said 2 games. It was more like half the season.
You have to trust the process.
Hey, man, you funny. Hey, did you hurt your toenail?
I mean, these people were doing all sorts of crazy stuff, man. But I didn't know what to think. I was like, well, who's winning what? But I gotta tell you, fellas, no matter what side you are on this topic, the funniest thing I saw during the NBA draft lottery was my homegirl Swin Cash. When Swin found out that the New Orleans Pelicans were going to be selecting number 10, that was the look on Swin's face. And they have made memes about her all across the country. She was joking about it. She was like, yo, it was just my natural reaction. I was disappointed. But I thought that was hilarious.
AJ Swin hit her with Nick. Swin hit her with the, you know how you talking to your girl and you want some BS Swin. That's some bull.
That's how y'all doing me.
Hey, oh God, that was too funny, man. And having covered Swin when she was with the Chicago Sky,
Can you get a Swin, Jay?
I'm gonna get a Swin.
Can you make your cousin? Yeah, get a Swin.
Swin is coming this season too. We gonna get Swin. Swin is hilarious.
We gotta get Baron Davis on too. Don't forget about my boy.
Oh yeah, okay. Nick, we need BD, Nick.
All right, let's get Baron. All right, so now we got a jump ball bonus question.
What you got for me, baby?
Specifically for the Irvin brothers, and this is my question. Let me get my photo to go along with it. Wait a minute. All right, I usually don't moderate jump ball, but this is me now. Okay, here we go. All right,
get my voice ready for Nicholas.
So for those of you who do not live in Chicago, you may not have known about this last week, but it was perhaps the biggest story of the week last week in Chicago. So I am going to put it out here on my cousin. Mayor Lori Lightfoot against Alderman Jeanette Taylor, the 20th word. Boy, almost came to blows. So now, Lance, who did you have in the fight between Lori Lightfoot and Jeanette Taylor? You have 60 seconds to support your candidate. Goodbye. Go. Yes, you're going. Go.
I'm taking Taylor. Ooh.
Start the clock, guys. Start the clock.
This is why I'm taking Jeanette Taylor. She looked at Lori Lightfoot. She was looking at Lori Lightfoot like this. Don't start none, won't be none. Don't start none. And she kind of got like the Hulk look on her face, right? She was like, yeah, you been bullying everybody else, little sister girl, but I got something for you. Plus, the last time I checked, Taylor was from like the low end of the West Side. And you can tell she's been into a lot of scuffles. So Taylor wasn't backing down. And I read Sister Girl comments too. Sister Girl comments was like this. Yeah, she used to bully everybody else. I got something for the little short lady. She don't want none of these things. And as you could tell from the way she was standing, that right arm was kind of cocked. And like that right arm was like underneath, like and that left arm, she was leaning in, but she had that position where she used to throwing them bows now. So I'm taking Taylor throw them bows.
All right, so Lance is taking Jeanette Taylor. Nick Irvin, who you got in the fight between Lori Lightfoot and Jeanette Taylor? Start the clock, Irvin.
I'm gonna go split decision. I'm gonna split decision. But I tell you what, Alderman Taylor. Oh, she ain't gonna play no games with her. Look at her. When a black woman grabbed her dress like the way she did, her left hand grabbed and like, it's gonna be something tonight. You know, she wasn't gonna play no games with Auntie Lori. But Auntie Lori wasn't backing down. She took it. She stood in there. She like, oh no, we're gonna go blow the blow on this one. But oh man, that's a funny video. That's a funny video. Wow. But a split decision is my final call on it because Auntie Lori is the mayor of Chicago, and I might need her one day.
Now that is a good decision.
Sorry, Alderman Taylor. Sorry, I would go with you in any other sense, but right now, I'm on Auntie Lori.
Hey, now you know why the people downstate call Nick. Hey, when we go downstate, people say Nick, they call Nick the governor number 2.
Oh,
like, here come the governor. Boy, that boy ain't know how to play politics, boy. I might need to know that.
That's a good answer, that Nick. I ain't mad at you. You know, me personally, you know, I don't like to see two black women get ready to fight, but I was ready to watch that one. I was ready to watch that one. That was gonna be good. Because, you know, Lori been talking a lot of S to a whole lot of people.
Oh, no.
And so I was waiting for somebody. I didn't know who it was going to be. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, Lord.
Yeah, you put that picture back up again.
put that brother away. There we go. Look
at that finger. Look at that finger in her face.
I ain't gonna lie, though, man. Lori didn't back down, though. And she didn't have a security detail with her either, so.
Oh, man.
But Jay, here go the thing, though. The way Ultimate Taylor was standing there, her finger turned to a fist real quick. Now, Lord, like, Ultimate Taylor, she like in a fight position. Like, this head right here to raise up. Lori got her arms down. For what I see, Lori go get a quick jab followed by that left.
Yeah.
You see that left?
She got a hand sanitizer in her hand. She put the oil on. She was ready to go blow.
I thought it was going to be the left followed by the right lane.
You know what? Or was she doing that to take her earrings off at some point in time? Did she take her earrings off before she went back?
I thought she gonna go put some Vaseline on her face in a minute. So, oh man, good old times in the city of Chicago. All right, let's talk about a couple other topics. Talking about cheating. So Lance and I had this conversation.
I killed him
at the game.
I killed him.
And the jump ball question was about Major League Baseball umpires having to search the pitches. And lo and behold, at yesterday's White Sox game, the Seattle Mariners pitcher, Hector Santiago, comes off the mound. The umpire's going to check him. They know he's going to check him. And then they find this man has got some sort of substance in his glove. So they confiscate the glove. They give it to some dude sitting in the stands. He puts it in a plastic bag like it's the knife that killed, I don't know, OJ's wife or something. He's like the evidence technician. They put the glove in a plastic bag and they're going to ship it off to Major League Baseball to determine what that foreign substance was in his glove. And Hector Santiago could be facing a 10-game suspension. The Mariners would not be allowed to replace him on the roster during those 10 games, but he would still get paid. So he's like a police officer when they shoot black people. So he could face a 10-day suspension with pay. What do you guys think of Hector Santiago being the first idiot to actually get caught?
He didn't watch the show, Cousin Jason. I told him, Nick, 5 ways. Bill, got to pull my pants up. Bill, the glove is too obvious. The glove is like the glove is like Spider Tack or Grease for Dummies 101. Nobody use the glove. You got the back of your neck. You got your shoes. You got your socks. Hell, go to the socks. Your glove. Come on, Jay. Go ahead. Nick.
He wasn't thinking on this one. Why would you oil up your glove like that or put substance in your glove? That's the first place they're going to check. You know, you can put it on the back of your leg a little bit. You can do it every area, but he didn't get the memo. Like, they've been watching like crazy. You know, they want to catch somebody. So,
they got people stripping, and he had hair on his head. Did he have hair on his head, Jay? He has it. Go ahead, Nick.
Put it behind your ear or something.
Yeah.
You know, like rub your ear or something. Like do something.
Hey, Nick, I just want to let you know the Cubs are up 2-0. Me and Happy hit a 2-run home run. Just want to let you know, Nick.
Yeah, we about to win 3 in a row. We good.
Jay, we need to get him and Walter Bond on the show.
I know. We really. Well, I mean, Walters will turn their season around, Nick. Walter Bond came on the show. They was in last place. He a motivational speaker. I asked him, Walter, what the Cubs need to do to turn their season around? He said, well, they need to get out of last place. The next thing I knew, they were out of last place in the first place. I'm like, damn, Walter, you need to charge more money.
You know, Jason, I didn't even remember it until you brought it up, and you're absolutely right. Wow.
That's amazing. I'm like, man, I need to hire Walter Bond to help me out because he done inspired the whole damn Cubs team. So good news for Cubs. All right, they up 2-0. All right, let's talk about black women rising with these U.S. Olympic trials. Oh my God, there was so much stuff going on. Let's get started. First, we're going to give a little bit of disappointing news. Our former guest and our friend Shamir Little She was running last night in the 400-meter hurdle finals. She needed to come in the top 3. Now, 0.15 of a second, Nick, is like a blink of a freaking eye. She came in 4th place by 0.15 of a second. That has got to be just gut-wrenching. I talked to her mom, Tiffany Mayfield, today, another fan of the show, and told her we were going to give Shamir a shout-out. I had been talking to her via Twitter her whole time out there in Oregon, just telling her, hey, you know, we got your back. We're going to be watching you, supporting you. And I'm extremely proud to be to even finish 4th in the country in that event. Is remarkable. But she came up a little bit short, Lance. And what happened was it looked like she hit hurdle number 8, either 8 or 7. And it threw her off just a little bit. And then she started chopping the steps when she was getting to the hurdle. And that's that 0.15 of a second that cost her a chance to go to Tokyo.
I mean, shout out to our girl, but that was a heck of a race, though, wasn't it, Jay? I mean, Shamir is our girl, Nick. She been on the show. Great personality, really fast. She was great in the semis. And I have a niece that run hurdles too, right? So when you start chopping your steps, they say it throws your timing off just a little bit, I think. I'm not sure, but shout out. But that was a heck of a race she was in, Jay.
She'll be fine. You know, she's still young. She still come back from it. But I know it's just tough, you know. She want to, you know, be in the Olympics or whatever. I know it's tough, but she gave it everything she got. Like you said, she tripped up a little bit, but I think she'll be fine.
Well, and the good thing for her is that, you know, because of the COVID, there will actually be another Summer Olympics in 3 years. And so, you know, she's not going to age out of the sport. I think Shamir's only like 25. So, you know, she can still do it. But, you know, the other person we got to give credit was to the person who won the race, Ivan.
Yeah, I said that was a hell of a race now.
Sydney McLaughlin not only won the race, she set a new world record in the damn thing. She's the first woman to ever do that event in under 52 seconds. I think she did it at 51.8. And in second place was Dalilah Muhammad, who you see behind her, who was the previous world record holder. So, you know, Shamir, nothing to be ashamed of. You lost to, you know, 2 of the absolute best there are out there. Sydney McLaughlin, she is a phenomenal young lady.
Hey, Jay, here go the thing. I think she was trailing though a little bit, right? And she got to like the 4th hurdle or something and turned it on.
She did.
That's amazing. Like Nick and Jay. And she's kind of long too. Like she was stretched out. She had a hell of that was a heck of a race though.
I agree. And Nick, let me ask you as a coach. When let's say you've lost games at the last second. Our cousin Mac lost a city championship on a crazy half-court freaking shot, which still to this day bugs the hell out of Mac. So, you know, we've all been there where you've lost by that 15th of a hundredth in one way or the other, and you've also done what McLaughlin done, set a world record. How do you get past a loss like that, Nick? When you're talking to young players, how do you get over that, man?
Well, the thing I tell the players or tell her is that, you know, you always get a second chance. I mean, you can't just say you done with it and just be mad. But, you know, like me, I talk to myself like we had a heartbreaking loss to Lincoln Way, Lenny. That one time we make it downstate, and, you know, we regrouped, got together. I got hungrier. It motivated me more to win. And that's why I tell the guys, you just got to motivate. If you lose, it'll make you motivated to do good or do better. But you got to be strong mind, strong will, and just use it for motivation. And I think that's what, you know, Little's going to do. She going to come back and, you know, go to the drawing board, train harder, work harder, and just come back and just be dominant because she got it in her.
I agree. And, you know, the one thing I thought is very interesting about Sydney McLaughlin's story is that, so she won the silver medal in the Olympics, the last Olympics. And what she did was she fired her entire coaching staff because she said second in the world ain't good enough. So she fired everybody. Went and got Bobby Kersey, who's the husband of Jackie Joyner Kersey, the best coach in the world. Right. And now all of a sudden, she done set the damn world record. Now I'm like, now that's gangster.
Yeah, that is. She can't tolerate losing. She said, no, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get stronger. But these people behind me, they can't do it for me. I got to go get the best. And look what she did. Now she qualified. Now she about to win everything. She that fast.
Yeah, and I think she's gonna win the Olympics, barring injury or something like that. But I just thought that was amazing, Lance. And she's like, yeah, second in the world ain't good enough, fellas. Y'all gotta go. I need some other people up in here.
And set a record.
She went and got the best, and people hate losing. Like losing sucks, man. Like that. But she had the opportunity, and think how hard that was. Probably right. I don't know how long she had her coaches, but she probably had them for a couple of years or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
She made an adjustment. Like, look, this business, this nothing personal,
right?
And that's one thing that she did the right thing for her. That's what it turned out to. But Jay, I tell you what, though, my girl Richardson. Ain't that our girl name?
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Her, Nick, her and my other girl, Nick. What's the other girl, Jay, from Usain Bolt's country?
Shelly Fraser-Price from Jamaica.
Fraser-Price. Hey, Nick, that 100?
That 100-meter gonna be something to watch.
It's gonna be fine, Nick, because Richardson Richard got nails like Flojo, Nick. She got like red hair. What color hair is it, Jay? Is it red or orange hair?
It's red this week. I don't know what it's gonna be for the Olympics.
Hey, Nick, she like a firecracker coming out.
What's her name? I gotta look up after this.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Nick, Google how she's stepping there with her hair and her nails like Flojo, Nick.
Yeah, she ain't playing around. She ain't playing with it. So let's talk about the person who never seems to lose because they're the greatest of all time. She's going to the Olympics again. Simone Biles doing gymnastics last night. Now, here's what was so funny about last night with Simone Biles as we watching. So, Simone was off her game. She was off her game. You see her there on the balance beam. She actually fell off the damn thing. She was not hitting her normal moves. And so then she was crying. I going to give us the crying photo. So she was crying. And she's in first place, y'all. She's in first place by like a lot. She was crying, and they asked her afterwards, it wasn't any doubt that you were going to make the team, that you were going to win and get the championship. What were you crying? And this is what she said, and this is what I know you guys appreciate. She said, because the people came out here to see me perform. This is going to be my last time performing in front of people in the United States.
Right.
And I wasn't on my game. I didn't give a good show. Now, she up by 25 points, but she was upset with herself because she knew she could do better than what she was doing.
Right.
You guys' thoughts on that?
I'm going to let Nick take that first, and I'm going to tell you why after I let him go. Go ahead.
Well, I used to go by this motto when I played or whatever. Man, you can't cheat the people. You can't, So she feeling bad. They pay good money to come watch her. She a perfectionist. She want to be the best to ever do it. What she is, and she was just mad because they pay good money to see her. And like I said, you can't cheat the people, and that's what she mad about, which I love because I pay to go watch her do everything she does. I pay to watch because she care about it and she care about the people. And I always love to see her show anyway.
There you go. Lance?
I think one thing kind of like Nick said, you can't cheat the people. But I remember we were playing somebody, right, Jay? And I just got back from college. And we was up by like 50. So I said, Nick, you go sub a little bit? He said, that's your problem. We killing everybody. 50, you talking about let up, you sub? No. So in her mind, she was probably like, man, I didn't want to let up, but I let up. I don't know if she let up, but probably like, I'm used to being great. It's just that mindset. Right. She felt bad. See, Nick give you that mindset, Jay. Nick looked at me like, Jay, we was up by like 55 now, and it was like the start of the second or something crazy, the third. Nick looked at me like, no, so it's your mindset.
It's your mindset.
That's probably right. She has so much passion for the sport and so much fire. And like Nick said, you don't want to cheat the people.
You don't want to cheat the people.
That's the thing that makes the good from the great.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely.
I agree. And to that point, Lance, when she said it, it reminded me of when Prince his last concert tour when he came through Chicago at the United Center, he was doing like a 3-4 night set. But the first night, the sound system in the United Center was off. Prince was off. It was awful. People were complaining about the show. Oh my God, this is terrible. Prince took out an ad in the goddamn newspaper to apologize for his performance.
Right.
He gave everybody who was at that show free tickets. He added another show, and he gave like 500 tickets to the Chicago Teachers Union to get all the teachers to say, no, y'all come back. I can do better than that. And they came back the next show, and they say he tore it off. And he did the Sidney McLaughlin. He fired the sound dude. He flew in some dude from England overseas or something to get the sound right in the United Center because he said, like you said, Nick, you can't cheat the people. They paying their hard-earned money to come hear me play Purple Rain in Key.
Jason, I had to pop on because I love Prince, and Jason knows it. That's something you just people on Simone Biles level have that type of competitiveness in them, and it's just something you can't teach.
Yeah, you can't teach that because it was madness behind my good teams. A lot of people didn't understand that. Man, why he coach so hard? Why his players play so hard? Because we cheated the people a few times. I'm like, no, they pay good money to see us play, and they pay good money to see me perform on the sideline. No, we're going back to school and practice after the game, man. So if you're a perfectionist and care about winning and care about the people, that's how you'll be. So I respect what Simone Biles did, and I salute her.
And Jay, I think too, kind of like Nick said, you wouldn't believe how people will come to watch the show. Like people used to honestly come to watch to see what Nick was gonna do during the game. Let's see what type of gym shoes people downstate, Jay. Let's see what they used to do a column. Let's see what type of gym shoes Nick gonna wear today. If Nick wasn't fist pumping and leg kicking, people was having a problem. What's wrong with Nick? He didn't bring the energy today. We didn't get the whole show from Nick. We used to be back there, me, bro, there, Nick, we used to be talking to, hey, Nick, what you coming with? Nick, I don't see your resume. Nick could be back there like, yeah, he the only dude I know, Jay, before a game, take a 45-minute shower, come out with a sound fastball. About to add this dude to my resume. Add him to my resume. Hey, Jay, I learned something much from Coach Williams. Hey, Jay, when he first told me that, I was like, what did you just say? Add that dude to my resume. I was like, whoa. Wow. I was like, well, let's go at him then.
All right, we got one final topic, also Olympic related. Yesterday, also over the weekend, Gwendolyn Berry, she is in the hammer throw. We got photos of her doing this. I didn't even know this.
I saw that.
Berry in the hammer. First of all, this is a very strong woman because I don't even know what the hammer throw. I know what it is, but they be spinning the thing around and then they just sling it. So Gwen Berry is a very strong sister. All right, you see them thighs. She's a very strong woman. So she won. She finished in third at the U.S. trials, and she's going to the Olympics. She's on the Olympic team, but she's also been very outspoken about a lot of social issues that were going on back in 2020. And she's always said, I'm an activist and an athlete. And very, very, very outspoken. It's been on HBO Real Sports about it. It's like, I love the country, but, America got to do right by us. And so the controversy was they played the national anthem the whole week at the same time, 5:20 p.m. Well, it so happened when Gwen and the other two competitors were on the medal stand, they played it at 5:25 p.m. And Gwen believes they were doing it just to spite her because she was on the medal stand. So you see her demeanor there. And then she took it a little bit further where she held up her activist and athlete shirt while on the stand as the national anthem was playing. Now, the International Olympic Committee came out about a month or two ago and said they're going to prohibit athletes from any sort of form of protest or political message during the Olympics while they're on the medal stand. Now, first of all, I don't even know how the hell you enforce that. But two, why would you want to enforce that? So, guys, just your thoughts on the Sister Gwen Berry's frustration with what happened out there in Oregon.
I mean, it's tough, right? You like playing at 520 every day. Why did they play at 525, right? There's a lot behind that. Like, you've been playing at 520 every day, and all of a sudden, what? Somebody called you and told you to play it at 525. I mean, from your personal point of view, Jay, I need my cousin to touch that question because you probably got some insight on what they did.
I don't know. I don't have any insight on it. I just thought it was. I don't know. Nick, thoughts?
I read a little bit on it. Like she said, it was a setup. It was a setup, and you know, if they've been planning it at the same time every day or whatever, I mean, you do that. I mean, of course, they knew what they was doing. They knew what she was gonna probably do, and but you know, if people got their own views on things, how they handle it, you know, you can't be mad at her or what she doing. But I think that was wrong for doing that and putting on Front Street like that. Like she said, it was a setup.
Yeah, I agree. Well, guys, that is it for season 1 of What's Up, Cuz. It is a wrap. Lance, we got through like 40 shows, man. How you feel? Next year, you no longer you ain't a freshman no more. You're a sophomore.
I think Jay, like I said earlier, like I kind of needed it because it's a form of therapy, but also helps me work on my speaking and doing other things, right? So, man, I enjoyed. We had some great guests. I can't say who's my favorite guest because everybody has been great. I'm happy to be in this year with you and Nick. It's always good ending it with family, right? And, you know, hopefully we have special guests to talk NBA. Nick is a great guest. That's why I said we need to get Nick on here. But just ending it with you and Nick. We had great guests, everybody, former Olympians, Gold medalists. We had Negro League Museum, Bob Kendricks. We had some great guests. I'm happy to be ended this way. We ended with a great show.
I agree. It's a great way to end it with family. It started with family and it ended with family. Nick, thank you for joining us on our season finale, man. We got season 2 coming up in 2 weeks, y'all. It is going to be a live show, a live broadcast. Follow us, What's Up, Cuz, Lance and Jason on Twitter. We're going to be posting the details. We want to see you all come out. Vernon, Armando, Patty, Kenny McReynolds. I know Kenny's, kind of been ill lately. Get better soon, Kenny. But we want to see people come out. That was the thing when we started this show. We knew it was during COVID and we couldn't do everything we wanted to. But, we're almost at the end of that. So we're going to be doing a live show in 2 weeks from a place that is yet to be named. But I'm sure they're selling adult beverages. And it's going to be a hell of a show.
I'll be there.
Everybody going to be there. The whole family going to be there. The wives will be there. We're going to try. I think Maya is coming. So on behalf of everyone here at SportsZone Chicago, Lance and I, we just want to say thank you to Maya. We want to say thank you to Sean. Thank you to Irvin. Thank you to Joseph Phillips, who's joined us. Thank us to our brother Ken Davis, Jamar Hart, all the guys on the Smoke Fellas. Oh my God, you guys really welcomed us in our first year here and made everything go nice and smooth for me and Lance. And we are really looking forward for season 2. We've got a new opening coming up, a new show opening. We got some new photos, and we got a preview of one of the new photos, Lance. We got a preview of one of the new photos that we're using in season 2. Look at that photo, boy.
That's nice. That's nice right there.
Yes,
Nick,
sir.
that Southside jersey had on was fire.
Yes, sir.
Man, that looks sweet, man. That's set up nice.
Yes, sir. That is us at the Sox game on Friday where they scored one goddamn run, but that's all right. We were at the game. We had a good time anyway. So more fun and games coming in season 2. So for my cousins, Lance Irvin, Nick Irvin, I'm Jason Palmer. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Let's go, Milwaukee Bucks. Peace.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun, we will march on till victory. We will march on till victory. Let us march on till victory.